Hey Roses, and welcome back to my channel where we are all about God, glam, and owning our business. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Rachel, Mother Rose, Original Roses, Ray or Ray Cheesy, whatever you prefer to call me. We're sisters or brothers, or we just grow together, y'all. Like, a rose is not just for females, it's for my men too, because we are all roses, you are all my roses, and we grow together. Not that we go together, we grow together, okay? We don't stay in the same spot, because one of the most amazing parts about being an original rose is that we all came from the crack in the concrete, but we didn't stay there. We came out of it. We flourished. We're thriving every single day. We are not letting our circumstances, what we grew up in, the areas, the environments, the people, to stop us from flourishing as roses. So, if you guys would like to see more of my content, I drop new videos on Thursday, Friday-ish, give me some grace, and then faith-based videos on Monday, Sunday-ish, give me some grace on that too, you feel me? But I am super excited to bring you guys this. I have been getting just a lot of requests as a mom of twins and in a pretty noisy house all the time. It's kind of hard for me to find my quiet time to be able to kind of record or maybe just get some makeup in if I even want to wear some. So I would like to know how I did this look. Keep watching. I got through it. Thank you, Jesus. All right, roses, welcome back, you guys. I have missed you so much, so we're gonna hop right into this tutorial. So I'm just starting off with some eye cream and an eye serum. I think that skin prep is so important. It creates such a flawless base for you to be able to begin, and sometimes, especially during the summer, a good skin prep and skincare routine is all you'll need to feel confident within your skin. So what you guys will see me doing here is really just massaging this oil and my moisturizer into my skin. Getting the blood circulating throughout your face is so important. Massage is like the #1 rule for skin prep. And then from here, we're just gonna jump right into the eyebrows. I have been trying something new, transparent soap, as you guys see. I love it. A ton of people use it, but I have been finding it just to be so helpful. So what I like to do first is just take a spoolie and brush my brows out. Then I'll spray the spoolie with some setting spray and rub it up against the soap. Then with the tackiness from the soap, I'll brush that throughout my brows to really slick them down nice and make sure that I have just a clean, kind of furry, fluffy shape that I really like. Since I'm, like I told you guys before, in between shapes of my eyebrows, I finally found a woman that I trust and will allow to touch my brows. So I'm excited for that. But until then, just get used to these wolf guys. So just taking a eyebrow pencil, all I'm going to do is just begin to shape and fill in any sparse areas, fill in any gaps, any areas that look like they just need a little bit of love, and begin to create that really nice shape. So I'm just gonna go in and continue to build up that shape. Now with this product, I would recommend you guys moving quickly or using a very fine brush, possibly even a pomade. I didn't personally like it with a pomade, but just a very fine eyebrow pencil so that way you can really get into those hairs. Next, we're gonna conceal these bad boys. So I'm just gonna take a flat concealer brush and really begin to carve out the bottom of my brows. Now what you will not see me do here is carve out the top, and we will go over that in just a little bit once we start doing the foundation, because I find that using my actual foundation color on top really alleviates the possibility of having like halo brows, if you guys know what those are. And if you don't, that's when the top and the bottom of your brows are very bright and you can tell where you've concealed them. Now you'll see me doing this little unibrow trick. I didn't like it at first, but honestly it's been helping me a ton, because most times my brow shape will change a little bit just because I'm left-handed, and I'll end up like tilting my head a little bit and it'll kind of change just the beginning of the shape. Now I know they're sisters and not twins, but we still do have to have some consistency somewhere. Then I'm just going to take that flat concealer brush and begin to move the concealer all the way down to my mobile lid. So what this does is just create a blank canvas for us to begin to put eyeshadow on and really just kind of have something for it to stick to and grab a hold of. And what you'll see me do next with my favorite sponge of all time, as you guys know if you've been watching my channel, is the Eco Tool sponge. It is amazing. It's like $3 on Amazon. Roses, hop on this please. And I'm just going to kind of set that in, get rid of any creasing that might have happened. Now on to the eyes. Going into our Royal Affair BH Cosmetics palette in the shade Emperor with a nice dense fluffy brush, I'm just going to pack that into the crease. When you use concealer all over your lid, you want to make sure that you add depth back into the eye, which is why we always start with a transition color. When we create a clear canvas, you lose all that depth. So it's really important to add that back into the eye. And next, we're going to take a fluffy tapered brush to really just diffuse and soften out those ends. We don't really want any harsh lines. This is not a cut crease. This is not something glam. This is a very nice everyday look. Now taking a dense tapered brush, I am just going to pack in the shade Rain all underneath the brow just to really set that concealer and create that still brightened effect that we added. Using the first brush, we're going to take the shade Prince and we are going to pack that into the crease again to just create some more definition if we lost any from when we were blending it all out. And these steps are transferable with any eyeshadow colors, which is what I love about this and which is why I felt the need to give you guys an everyday eyeshadow routine. So it's all about placement, blending, and also understanding your eye shapes, but that's a whole nother video. Going back into that dense brush, we're going to pack Rain all over our lid just to set that concealer that's also there. Now we're going to pack a gold highlight into the inner corners and some mascara. This is the fun part, and I zoom in really close for you guys because lashes are something that I think we all kind of silently struggle with. Even me being a makeup artist on myself, I have a difficult time because I'm so used to just being able to apply it on others. And I like my lashes to match my natural lashes, especially for my everyday or no makeup looks. I want it to look like I have as minimal amount of makeup on as possible. So I'll just bend the front of the lash because my eyes are downturned. Now I am holding two different glues because I will be using two different glues. This one is a duo eyelash glue. It's dries clear, but it goes on blue, and as soon as you apply it, it's ready to go. So secure the lashes between your fingers and move your eyelashes out of the way. You want to use the band to move your eyelashes out of the way and secure it in one area. For me, that area is the center of my lid, and then I'm able to secure the front and the end. I love this glue because it allows me to kind of get it in 1 to 2 goes, but that can be a little bit of a hassle. So with this black glue, this one's a little bit more forgiving because it does take about 15 seconds to dry and you do have a little bit more time to work with it. But my personal downfall with that is that when I have more time to work with it, I'll end up getting it all over my eye pretty much, as you guys will see here shortly. But I already planned to do just a nice little line of eyeliner, so that didn't bother me too much, but it would have if I wanted to just wear lashes with no liner. Now we're just going to apply that, just a straight little line right over. And I'm not afraid to get product on my eyelash. I don't put mascara on it, but if I get some liner, it's whatever to me, roses. You guys can just use a spoolie and some alcohol and clean your lashes and they will be brand spanking new. So we're just going to apply that liner and really make sure that we got that. Next, we're going to get right into the skin. So I'm taking that flat concealer brush and my actual foundation shade that I'll be using, and I'm going to carve out the top of the brows. This is just going to clean everything up, and if I lost any definition, I'll be able to go back in with my pencil or pomade or whatever product I was using and just kind of fill in those areas where I might have lost it. And I love using the foundation on top because I don't have to have a ton of product on my face. Like I keep saying, I'm a mom and I have such limited time when I do this makeup, which is why I wanted to bring this to you guys. So now onto the actual foundation application. I use a flat top kabuki brush, which I really, really love, or a flat top foundation brush, whatever your preference is of calling it. And I love to just really work that into the skin. And I love the way that it applies and sets into the skin. Sometimes I'll go back in with my Eco Tool sponge and just kind of reiterate and really make sure that it gets into the skin. I love foundation, highlighting, all of that. Skin is my favorite. Eyes are something that I love and is fun, but skin is where it really gets really, really fun for me. So I wanted to bring you guys this somewhat in-depth tutorial just to really explain what my everyday routine looks like and how I would do that and why I would do that. I think that's so important. Next, we're just going to highlight underneath our eyes and on the top of our forehead. I didn't get that part on the top of my forehead, but it's all right, roses. We got this. And I just apply it in a certain area because I like to take a brush and buff it out just so that way we don't have any harsh lines. And since I don't apply it in all the areas that I want it to cover, this also gives me a little bit more wiggle room to be able to buff it out to certain areas and then go back in with my brush or my sponge to really move the product right exactly where I want it. So I use a brush just to diffuse the ends. We don't want any harsh lines in anything, not in our contours, not in our highlights. We want everything to look nice and healthy. So as you guys see with the Eco Tool sponge, I'm able to move that and really get the product right where I want it. Next, roses, you guys know what it is. It's contour time. So I'm just going to apply that to the areas where I really want to just create shadow and depth into the face. Now, as you guys see, I'm going to contour my chin, and I don't want to move my face. You do not want to move my face or my face. You don't want to move your face, or that is going to affect the placement of your contour underneath your chin and how it comes out. I'd rather layer the tools than the product itself. So versus putting on multiple contours or using 2 different shades maybe, or even adding depth and dimension in certain areas, I'd rather use a fluffy brush like this, buff it out, then go back in with my foundation brush, blend it out some more, and then set it with my sponge. I think that layering is important, but you want a certain amount of layering to the skin, especially since it is still summer and it's still pretty warm. We don't want anything to be too heavy on the skin. We want it to feel really light and natural and still feel like our skin, but also still look like our skin as well. So for the nose contour, I just buff it up into my brows first versus moving it down. I find that this creates a shadow that just naturally flows with the way that our brows meet our nose bone, which I think is just really beautiful. And so I like to work it up this way. My nose is already pretty small, so nose contouring is something that I usually do on like special occasions or if I'm feeling a little bit more feisty. So I just wanted to be able to demonstrate that for you guys as I continue on with the rest of this contour. So I'm just gonna take my foundation brush and just really work that into the skin. And I'm pressing but also moving up at the same time to really buff it into those areas, since I apply my foundation and my contour a little lower than where I would naturally want it to go, so that way I still have room to blend. It's so important. You guys want to give yourself room and space on your face to blend into. And now we're going to go in with that Eco Tool sponge and really just kind of set everything in, press it in, and reiterate it, make it all nice and soft. Now we're going to go in with some blush. I have been loving blush for my everyday routine because I feel like it adds a nice healthy glow to the skin. This one is literally, it has some reflective flakes in it, so I love it to top it off with my highlighter. So with my highlight, I'm going to take it down the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, and right on the tip of my Cupid's bow, just to add a really nice glow to the skin. Then I'm going to take it on the high points of my cheeks. Now with this, you don't want to pass the iris, the pupil of your eye. You do not want to pass that, or else you are going to get some unwanted texture, which could possibly be some bumps, some pores, any kind of texture that we don't want to see. We want the glow, but we don't want the texture. Now we're going to line our lips. I'm going to take a warm brown tone and just line my lips. Then I'm going to take a cool brown liquid lipstick and just apply that right on the outer perimeter of my lips. And on the inner, right in the center of my lips, I'm going to apply a color that is very similar to my natural lip color, just to add a little bit more warmth and almost create like a really nice soft nude lip that looks very, very natural. And that will pretty much be the end of this video. I will be setting my face with some setting spray, but that is pretty much it for this, you guys. Roses, I'm so thankful for you guys sticking with me and watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much again for watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel or have not subscribed, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button, and the notification bells will notify you when I post new videos. But if you guys would like to stay connected with me in any other way, I have a Facebook, Original Roses, or Instagram at Original Roses. So we can stay friends because I love you guys, okay? And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.